It's Wednesday, December 23rd, 2020.
Make sure you subscribe to this channel and you share this video all over.
And make sure you hit that bell notification down below so that you're notified with the newest, latest video. I want to start tonight's video with Sid. Many of you requested Sid to come back. A lot of you really love to hear the viewpoint, the perspective from Sid. So Sid, back by popular demand again on the show. But I want to start tonight. I want to talk about this stimulus package. Many of you have been emailing me about where the money's going. We are now going on our second stimulus. The first one earlier in the year was $2.3 trillion. The one that was just passed is $900 billion. Congress veto-proofed this stimulus package. So the president, who says it's not enough, says that instead of a $600 stimulus check, you should get a $2,000 stimulus check. And a lot of the fat in this package should be cut out and more money added in certain areas. But Congress veto-proofed it. So it looks like everybody's going to get $600. But while you get $600, the last one you got $1,200. I want to share with all of you, and many of you already know this, but I want to share with you in case you don't, where a lot of the money has gone or is going to. Wow, you get $600. Egypt will get $1.3 billion. Sudan will get $700 million. Ukraine, $455 million. Israel, in this latest stimulus, is getting $500 million. Nepal, $130 million. Burma will get $135 million. Cambodia, $85 million. Pakistan, $25 million. Asia, RIA, will get $1.4 billion. And of course, the Kennedy Center has gotten $26.4 million. Smithsonian, $1 billion. The National Art Gallery, $154 million. National Art and Humanities, $167 million. And the list goes on. What a slap in the face. I think people should be outraged. Sid, what is your opinion?
Well, my opinion on that is, do we owe these countries money? That's the question I want to ask myself.
No.
Why are they entitled to this money? Why aren't we out helping out our veterans, helping out our homeless who are out on the streets?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
this is an outrage.
There's so many people right here in America that need such immense help, and we are paying foreign countries, foreign entities, foreign banks.
It's like, who caused this debt? Who created this money that we are paying out? There's something behind the scenes that we don't know. Obviously, if we are all going to have to pay for all these millions and billions of dollars that are going to be paid out.
So millions and billions of dollars going to foreign countries, foreign banks, foreign entities, while we have people here losing their businesses, going to be losing their houses, losing the roof over their head, losing their entire future, losing their pensions. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope that all of you are waking up to the calamity, the catastrophe that we're about to see here in America. And I'm watching it take place every day while so many people ignore it. Most of you know exactly what's going on. Most of you see exactly what's going on. Sid, when you called me earlier today, you were in Indio, California, not very 10 minutes from here. You told me how many tents you were passing on Indio Boulevard. Let's talk about that for a minute. When we talk about where the money's going, let's talk about where the money's not going. What did you see today?
I saw, several tents alongside a railroad track.
How many?
Lost count. I lost
50,
count.
100, 200?
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
It's very sad to see it's almost like you're seeing Skid Row down here in the desert.
Somebody wrote me yesterday, and they were so concerned if I'm making money, making videos or putting the SD Bullion link down below, which, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care where you buy your gold, where you buy your silver. I don't care if you buy gold or silver at all. I'm sharing with you on these videos what I'm doing. I'm buying gold, I'm buying silver, I'm buying mining stocks. And people on a daily basis write me and ask me for a recommendation for a place to buy gold and silver. SD Bullion, link down below. And let me reiterate this for the trolls out there. I'm a fan of SD Bullion because literally hundreds of people wrote to me and said that I should be buying my gold and silver from SD Bullion. And I gave them a try probably a year and a half ago. They've been phenomenal. I've stuck with them, had a great relationship with them. And so that's my recommendation. Now you can buy it, Sid, you buy from a lot of the local pawn shops. Mm-hmm. You can buy from a coin shop. I've bought from everybody, but I like SD Bullion a lot. That's who I'm solely doing my business with now because the price has been great. Getting the product shipped is quick. And so again, I don't care where you buy from. I don't own a gold mine. But there's so many people concerned. But if you've been buying gold and silver over the last year or two, you've done very well, right, Sid?
Exactly.
So, but there's people out there concerned about, you know, what I drive. People now believe that my Camry, my white 97 Camry is your car.
That's hilarious, man.
What do you drive, Sid? What do you drive?
I drive a little beat-up Saturn.
Okay. He drives a Saturn. I drive the Camry. And it's a shame that we even have to explain this, but so many people concerned about what I drive, what kind of shirt I'm wearing, what kind of watch I'm wearing. And these are the same people who shouldn't be concerned about other people. They should be concerned about their own life and what they're doing to prepare. And are they helping anybody? You know, Sid and I have gone out in the past to help the homeless people. We plan on doing that this month. Thanks to your help and your donations, we're going to take some of that money, go out, feed some people, feed the dogs, and just try to make somebody's day. But these people, and all of you know these type of people, you know these kind of people in your personal life, so concerned about what you have, but yet they're not doing anything to help anybody. I'm trying to make videos to wake people up and help everybody out there. I'm trying to, you know, go out, feed some people, feed some dogs, do the best that I can, give back to the community a little bit, the best that I can. Sid's been there with me, but yet there's all these people so concerned about, you know, other issues that don't even mean anything. So to those people out there, stop worrying about what Sid's doing, what I'm doing. What are you doing? Get out of the basement, get off the couch, put down the cheese puffs, go feed some homeless people, go help the community, go expose some light on what's really going on, maybe wake some people up. Go make a video, do something productive. The problem with today is everybody wants to judge and tear down. I'm here to try and build up. I'm here to try to really protect people from what I see coming. It's going to be an economic tsunami. And so, you know, there's going to be people in your life and my life who are going to help build people up, and there's people that are going to try and tear people down. And I believe that if you're just going to sit around, tear people down, judge, criticize, and do nothing, you know, what does that prove? That's just a pure hypocrite. You know, look, we're in really harsh times here, ladies and gentlemen. You know, there's people out there coming into these holidays that are really down in the gutter. They've lost a job. They don't know how they're going to pay rent. They're suicidal. They're abusing pharmaceuticals.
Exactly. What we're witnessing here right now, ladies and gentlemen, is an attack on the U.S. dollar. And what I mean by that is businesses are being shut down on a daily basis. Businesses will be closing because they don't see the foot traffic they once did, because there is no money out there. There's no currency out there where people can go and buy these goods and services. And this is an economic reckoning we're in. An economic reckoning. I would rather see businesses open back up than to see people not working, waiting for a government handout, waiting for an unemployment check. You know, this is real life. This is real life. It's an attack on this.
They are going to control you, turn you into a debt slave. And that dollar is buying less and less and less every day. It's lost 97% of its purchasing power in the last 100 years. And yet there are people out there telling you and I that we shouldn't own gold, we shouldn't own silver, we shouldn't be negative. These people are either fools or they just are completely asleep or in denial. I don't know. But if you think that this is going to be here forever, if you think that that's going to get you through the hard times, you are sadly mistaken. I think people need to stop listening to the fools, the people who just want to tear you down, the people who just believe that this is just a bad dream. This is reality, like Sid said. This is reality. This is an economic catastrophe happening right before your very eyes. Paper is not going to get you through this. You better have hard, tangible assets. You better be your own asset. You better be getting out training. You better be putting that brass away. You better be getting prepared, because there are some very, very dark days ahead of the United States of America.
The president-elect is saying that what we're in right now is not going to end. So what is he telling us?
So he's saying that this crisis isn't going to end. In fact, he's even saying that more stimulus will be needed. And if you think that that's good for the U.S. dollar, I don't know what you're smoking. What that is going to be good for is gold and silver. Look, they are manipulating the metals down. They are suppressing the metals. Play the game. You need to be buying this stuff while it's on sale. We are seeing people rushing into massive asset bubbles like real estate, buying real estate at the top of a bubble. I can tell you from experience right in my area, the amount of vacant buildings, and when you look at the amount of people losing their jobs on a weekly basis, how long do you think this is going to go on before we start seeing the bubble in single-family residence in real estate begin to crack? We're going to see, I believe, the worst real estate crash in human history. And people believe that this bubble is never going to pop, Sid.
It's on the verge. It's on the verge, and we're not far. With this going on, this is like the final straw that's going to break the camel's back here.
The hedge today: consumer confidence crashes in December as labor market lurches lower. We got an 88.6. It was a big miss from the 97 that was expected, all while the labor differential index tumbled back into the red. It's getting tough to find work out there, Sid. Now, you work in an upscale area, and some of it's doing very well, and a lot of it is not doing very well. What can you tell us?
Well, most of it is shut down at this time, and with the shutdowns, you see less foot traffic, you see a lot less people out, you see people walking around but without any shopping bags. It's kind of hard to say, but you see what's really going on, and you don't see the shoppers, and you don't see what a normal holiday season would bring.
So there's a difference from last year to this year.
Exactly.
Now, there's a task force in our area that is going around and making sure that businesses are not, that they're abiding or obeying the occupancy numbers. Restaurants no longer can have indoor or outdoor dining. They're going around threatening to take liquor licenses away. So these restaurants that rebelled have now closed indefinitely, and they're going even into the retail stores, making sure that the numbers are that they're following the numbers with occupancy.
20%.
I think it's 20%. So that's got to be causing a huge strain on holiday shopping.
Oh, definitely, and you see it everywhere. It's not good. It's not good, and this economy is hanging by a thread.
Existing home sales tumble for first time since May. Prices hit record highs. November down 2.5% month to month. We are seeing, I believe, huge manipulation of the housing market. They're counting sales. They're counting refis as sales. We've got interest rates at all-time lows, trying to just get anybody into buying a house. The question is, Sid, what happens when many of these people no longer have a job, or a spouse loses a job? What happens to the 4 million homes in forbearance? So they don't talk about that, but my question is, who would buy a house right now when there's so much uncertainty with the economy, so much uncertainty with even having a job? Are you going to have a job next week, a job next month?
Just to qualify, you got to have a certain amount of income with these types of loans.
And a job.
Exactly, with these types of loans that they offer. it's going to be unreachable.
So with 40 plus million people out of work, with the millions of people whose credit will be destroyed because they haven't made rent, they haven't made a mortgage payment in 6, 7, 8, 9 months, they're no longer going to be in this market to buy a home or
Very sad to see.
even to rent an apartment. So what's your outlook?
It's going to be a time bomb that's going to burst.
So with all this wealth destruction, I believe you better have wealth protection. That's why I'm a firm believer in gold and in silver, brass. Sid, what right now, if you have a job, if you have an income, or if you have unemployment coming with that $300 benefit that's going to go on for 11 weeks, what do you tell the average American to do right now while they have some income coming in?
Buy your security, buy your protection, buy your assets, your hard tangible assets that can assure you that you will have a little bit of protection when this thing comes.
Hollywood Boulevard struggles amid crisis. 75% is boarded up. You know, when I look at the videos all over the internet, what's happening in Los Angeles, what's happening in Hollywood, what's happening in Venice Beach, it is absolutely mind-blowing. I cannot believe what these cities are looking like now. People walking the streets like zombies, buildings boarded up. I couldn't believe, I watched a video today on Venice Beach, and I could not believe the amount of shops and stores and restaurants that are now permanently, not temporarily, but permanently closed. Sid, are we going to see more closures, more permanent closures, and what does this mean?
Oh, definitely. The closures are going to keep coming. You're going to see more, maybe big style, big box stores shutting down. I think the revenue's not there. I do see a lot of wealthy watching their pennies, not shopping like they used to, hanging on to that Maserati for a longer time instead of trading it in. I'm seeing a lot of that. You know, they're driving older Range Rovers, not trading it in for the newer one. Mm-hmm. You know, they're watching their money. They know, some are smart and they know that something's cooking, something's coming.
Now, I read an interesting article on Wolf Street, and 7.1% of consumers requested a higher credit card limit, and that is actually down from the prior 8.5%, so that's good news. And there are more people out there now waking up and not putting everything on a credit card. Or they've been taking some of that stimulus money and paying it down, some of those benefits, and paying down the cards. But what's interesting is 21.3% who applied for a credit card were rejected. What does that tell us?
It just tells you, you know, the money flow is not good like it once was. The good days are over.
37.1% who requested a higher credit card limit were rejected. So that to me implies that many of these people are probably unemployed, don't have an income, have a much lower income than maybe they had a year or two ago. And so now the credit card companies are tightening up. And what does that mean? That means that people aren't going to have the ability to fall back on credit cards to pay for the essentials like food, rent, the flat tire, the emergency over at the urgent center to take care of their kids, 20 stitches on his leg or has the flu or whatever. So people are going to have less and less to fall back on. As we all know, many people in America, their savings has been decimated because they've had to fall back onto it as their unemployment ran out. Right now, Sid, I want to close with this. For the people out there who, again, might have a few dollars, may have an income coming in, we know that a lot of people are going to go spend it on a big screen this Christmas.
A PS5.
A PS5. And that is the worst thing you could possibly do. A lot of people have written to me, they're buying gold, they're buying silver, they're going to give that out as gifts, they're going to buy that for themselves. What's the best thing to do right now?
Absolutely, top off your preps. We repeat the same message. Get your gold, get your silver, get your security, get your house in order. Food and water put away for a rainy day. Lots and lots of brass.
What about mindset?
Mindset should be ready for anything, and also be ready.
Are most Americans, in your opinion, are they ready for what's coming? When I look at the average American glued to their phone, glued to their video games, glued to sports, I don't think the average American, first off, knows even what is about to happen, let alone when it does happen. These people are going to be in very, very big trouble.
I agree 100%, absolutely. You have to have your house in order, and you have to be ready. You have to be prepped.
And look, I'm not judging anybody. I'm certainly not as strong as my grandparents. We've all gotten a little weaker, a little lazier, a little more entitled. There's no doubt about it. And we are certainly not the generation of our grandparents. Those people were strong. They knew how to survive. They had grit. They knew how to just bear down and deal with the depression and get through it. They had survival skills. They had the survival mindset. And we've all lost quite a bit of that. And so we are heading into the unknown here. We are heading into very, very deep water here. And just a newsflash for everybody, this isn't the same type of people from the 1929 Depression. You know, people right now will kill you for a pair of gym shoes. We have people who have absolutely no respect for law, including our politicians. They have no respect for law. You have people now who just don't care. We have this entitlement mentality where people will just take what you have. They believe they deserve what you have. Your business, your house, your assets, they believe that they're entitled to all of that. So what do you think is going to happen when the lights go out, when this economy absolutely implodes, crashes? You are on your own. Too many people have entrusted the government and the system, the government system, the banking system, the financial system. They're not your friends. In fact, you are watching the biggest wealth transfer in history. I cannot stress that enough. I'm going to talk about it on a daily basis. This is a wealth transfer. And you look at who's going to own everything. The government. Or like
they say, the Great Reset.
And you're not going to be included in the Great Reset. Many people believe that the reset is going to work in their benefit, and it's not. It's going to work in the benefit of the government and the central banks, not you. So make sure you are protecting your assets, protecting your family. This is a spiritual war, ladies and gentlemen, and you better get on the right side of this war. Sid, anything you want to say in closing?
Just wish everybody a good Christmas and a great New Year.
And remember, if you're watching this video tonight, you're probably watching it on your $1,200 iPhone, your $2,000-$3,000 computer. So that means already you're probably very blessed. If you ate a meal today, you're blessed. If you have a roof over your head, you're blessed. Look, you may be living with your parents. You may be living with another family, maybe two other families. We're seeing a lot of people now moving in together, families moving back in together. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. I embrace that. That's what you may have to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Too many people have an ego. They think they're too good for that. The smart people are going to come together. Their families are going to come back together. They're going to survive together. And remember, we're much more powerful and stronger as a unit together with friends and family. So there's nothing wrong with that. And that may be the best thing you can do right now is to move back together with the family, with the parents, save money, pay the debt down.
Staying united
during the worst of times. Your family may be the best asset you can have. So you're blessed. You may be sleeping on a couch, you may be sleeping on the floor, but you had a meal today, you're with your family, you're watching this video on a computer or on your phone. So you are blessed. So thank God tonight. Get on your hands and knees. Thank God for that family, for that meal, that you have that phone to watch this video, and you're awake. So God bless every one of you. Have a phenomenal holiday if we don't talk before that. Very concerning things are coming, there is no doubt. But if you're prepared, you will survive, you will prosper, everything's going to be okay. No reason to live life in fear or be paranoid. You're preparing. And that's why we prepare, so that we're not taken by surprise. We're not living our lives in being paranoid. We're not living our lives in fear. We're going to get through this because we knew well in advance what was going to happen. And here we are. You're going to survive. You're going to do well. Walk close to God. God bless every one of you.